All right, this is Bernard Dean up in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I want to congratulate everyone that came on this call tonight because this is the first meeting of 2026. Every Sunday, we get together here, and Dr. Prasad is gracious enough to actually put time aside. He's 3 hours behind us here on the East Coast in California. Dr. Prasad, thank you so much for coming on board today. We're looking forward to hearing from you as well as we have some leaders here that's going to be telling their story today. But before we get started, we want to make sure that we're in compliance with the natural health industry. And Jeff, we're going to go ahead and give you our attention for the next couple of minutes.
All righty. Thank you, Bernard. My goodness, we are already underway in a whole new year. This is exciting. Here is the disclaimer. Those of you that want to follow along with me, these statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, cure, treat, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or a consultation with your primary healthcare provider. So that having been taken place, we also need to assure you that we're in no way making income claims, and that all the information that you need about the compensation and people's results are available to you at request. So, Bernard, I'm going to turn the time over to you because I know we're going to be talking about the opportunity side of things as well tonight. So,
Yes, we will.
here together.
We're going to actually cover quite a bit there, Jeff. Jeff, I have been absolutely fascinated lately with some of the stories we've been receiving from Ecuador, Bolivia, the United States, even down in Mexico. We're starting to get results. And even though the company right now is only in Canada, the United States, and Jamaica, it looked like we're well on our way to expanding our products throughout the world. What do you think?
And that's just because of the passion that we have. People having a great experience, they share it with others, and that's exactly why we're moving into some of these other countries.
Now, I'll tell you what, another reason why Engage Global is now beginning to get some teeth, so to speak. Some of you may well be aware now that the health insurance industry has exploded in monthly requirements, and a lot of people are not going to be able to afford to have health insurance. The next option is going to be having great health. And so a number of people have been asking me recently, how have our micronutrients been helping them to become healthier so that perhaps those doctor visits will lessen and maybe even be eliminated by simply giving your body all the micronutrients it needs. And I'm hoping today some of you will realize what you have in your hand. Again, Bernardine in Atlanta, my credentials are I am a retired firefighter. I was a captain paramedic with Atlanta. I've been a paramedic now for about 30 years. I was not looking for Dr. Prasad. I have been on a number of things off the store shelf, and even though I did not know who made it, where they came from, someone had had enough love and concern about me to share the fact that there was someone that was still living that had the validation that had some micronutrients that could perhaps improve my health. And of course, when you're 60, 70 years old, you know that it is imperative that you find something that actually works. Now, in my career, anything I've usually bought on the store shelf on the internet, very rare do I find the person that actually formulated the products. But they make claims. But today, as we well know, companies will take ingredients and they'll take and go back and they'll reverse engineer it and then put it out there and then claim it does this and does. Okay, so a lot of people introduce us to a lot of products out here, people that doesn't work. Now, when I was first introduced to this company and these products, I looked up a little bit of information on Dr. Prasad, and his background was absolutely phenomenal. Now, I could tell you his background, but why would I do that when I have the formulator sitting right here on the internet that's ready to talk to us? Now, why did I decide to go this route today on this call? The reason why is because we have so many new people that have come on board in the last year that have absolutely no idea how incredible Dr. Kedar Prasad, the man, the myth, the legend, I call him, have actually produced some products that people that were supposed to be gone a long time ago are still around to tell their story. So, Dr. Prasad, maybe if we can get you spotlighted here, we're going to have a lot of talks with you, talk with you, because I told you I labeled this as Dr. Prasad Unleashed because you love to talk about where you've come from or where you've been, where you are, and where you hope to go. So perhaps with all the new people on here, Dr. Prasad, maybe you can give them a background of you starting, and I'll help you start. You started in India working with animals. And I was a little bit surprised to hear that. I was wondering, how did this man go from animals to dealing in radiation, nutrients, and cancer and so on? How did that happen? I'm gonna give you the platform for a few minutes to take us through the journey of you starting in 1961, long time ago, at the tender age, you're almost what, 92? You're about to turn 92?
Yeah, yeah,
We are so happy to have you around. And the people on this line is so happy to have you here. So give us your story, Doctor. We have unleashed you. That's the name of the program, Dr. Kedar Prasad Unleashed. Tell us what you want us to know about you and how you arrived at this momentous occasion.
yeah. First I was born in a small village in India where there was no electricity or anything. And then when I graduated from the master degree in zoology, but when I was in India, I saw the Hiroshima picture of Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bomb, as you know, and I was very much hurt. And I said, someday I might try to develop a formula that can protect human being from dying from radiation damage. That was my dream. It occurred to me. But at that time, I was in a high school because it happened in, as you know, 1945 or 46. And so that with that in mind, I continue. And then when I went to MSc in zoology, I was in top of my class. And for a short time, I joined a university, but that university does not have radiation facilities. So I applied 10 university, and from one university, I got a scholarship. And I joined Iowa City. I came in 1960. At that time, it was snowing in Iowa City. And I had a summer jacket with me. But so when professor saw me, then called the Department of Radiation Biology, and professor came and picked me up. And then in 3 years, I graduated, got a PhD degree. And then I was looking for a postdoctoral training further in radiation biology. So the chairman of radiation biology department came to me and said, Kedar, you are going to go to Brookhaven National Laboratory, which was a highly classified area. And so I'd never heard the name of Brookhaven National Laboratory. But anyway, when I went there, and the car was waiting for me, and then went there and settled there for 3 years. There I met my wife, Judy. And so after that, when I went there, then the chairman of the department there, Brookhaven, said, Kedar, you work with Dr. Kazias, who discovered the L-DOPA treatment of Parkinsonism. So suddenly I shifted my interest because I had no choice. He asked me to work with him. So I became also very knowledgeable in Parkinson's disease and the treatment. And then from there, then I said, okay, so after 3 years there, I said, I started for a job. And to finally, in the University of Colorado Medical School, the Department of Radiology offered me a job as the assistant professor. So in 1968, I joined there, and then I started working, teaching radiology residents, and medical student. I was teaching nutrition and cancer. So that was my main job, and I got a very. What happened then? Then at the same time in 1970, while I was working, trying to figure out what kind of program I want to do it. So in early 70, Linus Pauling was the first one who showed that high dose of vitamin C alone can improve cancer treatment.
You know,
So,
Dr. Prasad, before you go on, who he just mentioned, Linus Pauling, individually, when it comes to the Nobel Peace Prize,
yeah,
he was instrumental. He was one of the greatest chemists in the world. If you look him up, Linus Pauling,
yeah,
and I saw your picture, by the way, with you standing next to him.
yeah,
And this, if it wasn't for him, they still be exploding nuclear warheads up in space.
yeah, yeah,
And when I read that he was instrumental in stopping all of that, because he knew now we would go down to cancer, what we're doing now in the atmosphere, that was
yeah.
amazing. But go ahead with your story.
Yeah, and so he discovered. So I confirmed his work on vitamin C, and but people did not believe it. But I said he's a two Nobel laureate, not one. He can't be that wrong. Here's another picture with the family in Denver. So after that, I organized 6 major international meetings on cancer, and in every meeting, I invited Linus Pauling as a, and so as you can see, this is Che and Mike and Judy and me, and in Denver, it was in Denver meeting. But the first meeting, another, I have sent you a picture. So he was very much impressed with me, and he invited me that meeting that he was major player in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and that's the first time I met him directly, 1985 or 86. And after that, he became very my guidance, also guardian or guidance, and helped me in any way I wanted to him. And when I
So
was
you
doing,
became
wanted
you
to,
you became a student
yeah,
with this brilliant scientist.
yeah,
And was that where you found out about the vitamin E substance in 1981? Kind of
yes,
help us along. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah. So I thought, when I confirmed his work, vitamin C, then I said, how about vitamin E or other antioxidant if you use high dose? That's true, same thing. And it happens. And then he was very much impressed with that work. And then, but nobody believed it because mechanism was not known. Because only mechanism we know that it destroys free radicals. But that is a low dose. But high dose mechanism, they presume that it does the same thing. And I didn't know either. But during the last 5 years, I started thinking, how can I explain it? And then turned out we found out in research that cancer cell requires two nutrients, glucose and glutamine. And if we deprive them, they will die because they require for the growth and survival. Then it occurred to me that maybe high dose antioxidant does the blocks the uptake and metabolism of glucose and glutamine. And then, so I said, well, let us look literature. Indeed, individually high dose antioxidant, when they used it, it blocked. Some of them blocked the uptake of glucose, others blocked the uptake of glutamine. So I developed a multiple high dose antioxidant formulation, and as you know, it got patented, and we are still trying to figure out. But in the meanwhile, as a transient protocol, I increased the dose of micro daily EMF 3 times after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner, plus probiotics and prebiotics. That has been the interim
Okay.
guideline.
We're going to get up to that one, but I'm going to still take you back a little bit because it's very important for everyone on here to understand you cannot figure where you are or you're going unless you know where you came from. So I was in 2001, I was on the fire department. I'll never forget the call I got. that the Twin Towers had been hit by a plane. And then, of course, the second one hit. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, the towers fell. Now, those of us that were firefighters, we were emotional at the time because we knew when the towers fell, that thousands of firefighters had died. Because the one thing that we were known for is while people with common sense leaving, us that don't have such common sense, we're trying to get inside. We're more concerned about other people than we are ourselves. So when the towers fell, nobody ever figured out that there was going to be asbestos throughout all of that New York City area. In fact, since then, more people have died of cancer than even what fell at the towers. But the thing that I wanted to go back on for these people on the line to actually understand is where micro daily concept came from. And from what I heard, now I read this, and perhaps you can correct me if I'm wrong. In 2001, the scientists of the military was asking someone to give something that would improve the health of the military. So how did you fall into, out of all the scientists all around the world, how did you wound up being the one to rise up to that occasion?
No, it is a very interesting story. I had a previous company called Premier Micronutrient that I formed with the help of my sister, financially speaking. And then, so we were attending the annual meeting of the Veteran of Foreign War, VFW. And so when I was waiting in my room in the evening, I got a call from General. I forgot his name. Then he said, tomorrow can you come on Quantico because we are meeting a Russian scientist which have a lot of experience with the multivitamins in their war in Afghanistan. So I said, sure, of course, when General calls, So we went there, an hour meeting with the scientist, and there was interpreter. And after the hour of a meeting, they had a very good experience. When they gave multiple vitamins, the troop recovered faster and felt better. And so after the 1 hour meeting, General asked, can you develop something like that? I said, I have already developed better than that. Oh, yeah? Then he said, well, then you get approval from my scientist. So for next 9 months, I gave about 17 lecture to the scientists from Air Force, Marine Corps, and every
Wow.
Navy. And, and as you know, they are very conservative. So after 17 lecture, they said, yeah, you have a good the hypothesis and good likelihood it will succeed. But you have to do clinical study. I said, I don't have money. He said, then go to the Congress. Then for next 9 months, I walked through the corridor of House and Senate and met their leadership. And finally they said, okay, it looks good. And they advertised it for competition, not for me, but they advised that we need a nutrient who can develop micronutrient for our troops. And applied a 60-page grant and as a competition, and then finally got funded. So now the funding is there. How to avoid, where to try to clinical study. Then they went to NHRC, Naval Health Research Center in San Diego. And then there, I met the head of the NHRC, and they said, okay, now before doing anything, you have to get approval from the IRB, Institutional Review Board. Without that, you cannot give anything to troops. That took about 6-7 months because they have a lot of questions about the toxicity and how everything get delayed. And so finally they approved it. He said, no, it is worthwhile trying it. Then we did experiment on a Marine Corps in training in Palm 29, which has a terrible weather, worse than any day in Iraq. And they suffer a lot of damage. Many, not many, but some Marine Corps in training will leave. They could not take it. So we divided the Marine Corps in two groups. One group got a nothing placebo. It was a well placebo-controlled trial. And another group got at that time, we used to call Military Micronutrient Formulation. And so, and then after 90 days, they found that oxidative stress was markedly reduced in a team
Wow,
who were
wow,
taking
wow.
this thing. This is the first evidence that
Mm.
any product actually, you can claim it, but actually in experiment, reduce oxidative stress. On the other hand, placebo group had increased oxidative stress. And so,
Now, now,
very
now, now,
impressive.
Dr. Prasad, just so everyone on here will understand, is all the diseases that you have in your body is based upon those free radicals that actually causes oxidative stress.
Yes,
So when you were making this product, which from what I understand, you started making it from 2001, completed in 2006, is that correct?
that's right.
And then how we know that it really worked was people that were in emergency services, such as the military, the NASA, the National Institute of Health, all these people had actually started trying the micronutrient product, very similar to the original Micro Daily today. But originally it was called MMF, which stood for what, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah. So, yeah,
Military,
yeah,
micro,
military micronutrient for
micronutrient.
MMF. Yeah,
Right, micronutrient military formulation. So now, what they found was up until the time that you were introduced to Dave Numela, people were getting remarkable results from these products. So those of you that say I have friends in the hospital they're in the same scenario
yeah.
as those people back in 2006 to 2012 with military. But what happened in 2012, Dr. Prasad, that the military all of a sudden started moving their monies elsewhere, and obviously the MMF didn't go away. So what happened then?
Well,
Give us a brief.
they ordered first time worth of $2 million product, and but then they have another nutrition research lab in Boston, and they said, yeah, we can develop the same thing. You don't have to go through them. So it became a political decision that they did not continue to order it.
Mhm.
You see what I mean?
Which was beautiful because now it opened up where you could take this product now and just not go to the military, but bring it out to the masses. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
So now you run into Dave Numela, who is, by the way, for those new people on here, David Numela is the CEO of our wonderful company, Engage Global. And I have to say, and I don't say this loosely, Dave Numela to me, and I've been around 70 years, he is the best CEO I've ever had with any company. And I noticed that his primary concern is like you helping people out. So once it was introduced in 2012 to Dave Numela, take us from there.
yeah. What happens, I had a previous company like Premier Micronutrient Compare, and then went under because CEO there was terrible. Everybody was there dishonest. So it went under. And so David Nemelka bought for $1.5 million the right to distribute what we call at that time military micronutrient formulation. And so in my lab, which was in Novato, California, I had hundreds of boxes of micronutrient because company ordered it, military ordered it, but $2 million worth is lying there. So,
Wow.
one
Wow.
person before David Nemelka was another person, Johnson, that he used to come and pick up all the box and paid me money. And then at that time, David Nemelka was just a participant. But when he started hearing about the beneficial effect, he decided to join it and bought from him the right to distribute it. And so then, while he was doing it, then I said, maybe I should approach, once I found out that he has bought it. And I did not get a cent. He paid to the CEO of my previous macronutrient, and they did not give a cent to me.
So they all stiffed you.
Yeah, they and he
Mm.
had another friend there. And so then I went there and asked David that once he came to know that I'm the one who developed all this formulation, and so he said, yeah, and he gave me two. I said I would be interested in working with you, because when I saw him,
Nice,
he was
nice.
like you said. He now over all these years, I conclude that he's the best per human being I've ever met, who is so generous, nice, kind, and very good in business. And that's
Mhm.
why he didn't go through a TV commercial market. He went through a different channel so that
Right, right.
everybody who participated get also financial reward. And
So
so,
you could have very easily wholesale retail off television or radio or whatever, but Dave decided that the best way to get your products out is
yeah,
by actually this business model of what we're doing
right,
now, because it gives us a chance to explain to people not only where the products came from, which is
yeah,
the military basically that caused it, but
yeah,
also they get a chance to explain you and how you came up with this remarkable product.
yeah, yeah. But he's very, very interesting. And again it was just the way when I was teaching medical student, when a student said, I can't buy whatever you are asking me to buy. There is no such thing. Then one day he said, why don't you form a company? I said, look, I'm a poor professor. I don't have money. Then one time, so I approached my sister, he funded it, and the same formula that I was there continued to or
Wow.
advertise it,
Wow. Wow.
and then form
You
a
know,
new
Doc,
company.
Dr. Prasad, we're so happy that you and Dave made that connection, and we're so happy that your sister gave you the finances to get it started. But I think there's a lot of people on here was wondering what was it that made the MMF so effective? Because if we go back and look up information, I noticed all the stories about diabetes, cancer, dementia, heart problems, all those stories started coming in. And it doesn't look like it was originally made for all these conditions, but all of a sudden it seemed like the body started reacting different. Everybody has a different reaction. So help us to appreciate why that MMF, which is now, by the way, Micro Daily Original, why
Yeah,
was it was so effective with people?
yeah. Here is the thing. All human diseases, all the increase in oxidative stress, which induces chronic inflammation, both work together, are primary cause of all human diseases. And it because, so how do you suppress it? For suppression, you have to do two things. You have to increase the antioxidant enzymes as well
Okay.
as antioxidant compounds. See, antioxidant enzymes is different. This is a glutathione peroxide, catalase, and so on. That protects it against oxidative stress. And an antioxidant compound does by different mechanism, by donating electron to neutralize it. So, so they said, then if you use one agent or all the commercial market, they cannot decrease both antioxidant enzymes and antioxidant compound at the same time. And that is a longer
Right.
story. But our product is the only one which can do at the same time increase antioxidant enzymes and vitamin and antioxidant compound, some of which get from the diet, some of are made in the body. Our is the
Mhm.
only product, and that's the reason it is so effective because
Wow. Wow.
because those things are required for a
Hmm.
maximal, optimal decrease in a oxidative stress and inflammation. And ABA is the only agent which can increase both antioxidant enzyme, which is a very complex method of doing it, but we have certain vitamin who will do it, not all, some vitamin does it. And so, and that's the reason our microdelium is so effective.
Okay. Now, here's something everybody on the line need to appreciate. I've been asked the question, does Micro Daily, uh, original or any of the Micro Dailies, does it work without the probiotic? Here's your answer to this. When was the probiotic actually formulated, Dr. Prasad?
Really, I don't know. I don't remember it really, but not very
How
long.
about?
Or maybe a year ago.
About a year, about 2 years ago, let's say at the most.
Okay.
Micro Daily alone was doing an incredible job in helping people with all these various conditions. Now, here's something I found with your product that amazed me. And I've been with your company now. I've been with this company 3 years. And what I found is for the first time in my career, for a natural product, which you can take any medication with, by the way. And by the way, Jeff may put that disclaimer up there because anyone that feel they have to talk to a doctor, we encourage you to do so. But the Micro Daily was working without the probiotic
Yeah.
until the probiotic came. And now so the question is, if it was working so well, why do we need probiotic? This is your
Yes,
moment
that's
to
a very
tell
good
us
question.
what probiotic did to enhance the Micro Daily.
Yeah, exactly. But here is what is probiotic. I mean, what is why we need probiotics with prebiotics. As you grow older, with or without disease, intestinal dysbiosis occurs in your intestine. What is intestinal dysbiosis? The number of normally your number of beneficial bacteria is higher than harmful bacteria. But when intestinal dysbiosis occur during aging with or without disease, number of harmful bacteria increases and number of beneficial bacteria decreases. When that happens, harmful bacteria started producing a lot of toxic chemical, including pro-inflammatory cytokines, which are very damaging to all cells. And it has been demonstrated that intestinal dysbiosis has been demonstrated in all human diseases.
Right,
Not only
right.
that, but it interferes the effectiveness of radiation and chemotherapy on cancer cells. It reduces their effectiveness. So because it is producing toxic chemicals. And so how do you neutralize that? How do you prevent that? Taking probiotics.
Probiotic.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
very,
that
very
so
important.
so
But
the
see,
question is
many,
answered. Yeah.
many physicians don't know. They never recommend probiotics because they don't know significance of probiotics.
And ours even have a prebiotic in it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people have done experiments just with probiotics, without prebiotics. But prebiotics is a food. For probiotics, they have to ferment it. And prebiotics is nothing but it is a soluble and insoluble fiber.
Wow,
We call
wow.
prebiotics. Without that, probiotics is not very effective because it requires them so that they can ferment it.
You got to
And through
work hand in
fermentation
hand.
process, a lot of useful chemicals are formed, which is important for your health.
Now, what he's basically telling you is this. The micro daily did work well, but the full effect of it was actually affected by the hostile environment in the gut.
Yeah,
So the pro and prebiotic was added, so it got the gut ready to receive 100% of the micro daily or the micronutrients
yeah,
that you were taking. So, Dr. Prasad, I think everybody on here need to really understand that. Anyway, so is micro daily good by itself? Yes. With the probiotic, with the company was wonderful because the company put these two together, micro daily and probiotic, as a bundle, basic bundle, and they did it so that people that may have financial constraints starting out and maybe not even just believe it worked, they could try it for under $100, $93. You could take and try it. And here's what I noticed, Dr. Prasad, and this right here is the reason why you're so loved by so many people on here, is as a paramedic, whether it's pharmaceutical or natural, generally to get fully in your body, it takes 90 days. Anybody that does not do a formulation for 90 days is called, in medical terms, non-compliant. You can never get the results of what you're looking for if it stays in the bottle and not taken properly. So we encourage everyone to take it 90 days. But here's what's interesting, and this is what I found. is for most people will call us from 2 to 6 weeks after taking our product. Some people see significant changes in their system. And that's what makes your product so outstanding. For the first time that I've ever seen, people that are taking this, they're going back to their doctors and they're getting numbers that's absolutely incredible. Now, we could stay on this for a while, but our time is going. But with that bundle, we encourage people to get omega-3 with it. The omega-3 basically affects the mind, the heart, the inflammatory conditions. Give us about a 2-minute reason why when people are taking that omega, that micro daily along with probiotic, why they should include omega with it.
What did you say? What did they include? What?
Why should you include omega with that formula of micro
Oh, yeah.
daily and probiotic?
Omega-3 is, as you know, it is a fatty acid, is absolutely essential for your health, and your body does not make it. And so you rely on the diet. And so, and one of the major, the omega-3 has a DHA and EPA, this is most important component, and we have given them 2-to-1 ratio. But it is so important because 40% of the brain fatty acid is DHA. And this is so, then since it is a very membranous structure, it is easily oxidized by free radicals. So if you are old and not taking anything, or if you are, even if you are taking the microdaily EMF and probiotics, still to improve further the function of the brain, it is interesting to have replace the oxidized DHA. So it is important to replace that, and because oxidized is oxidized DHA and EPA is not functional. That's why we call
Okay.
dysfunctional omega-3. And
So
so,
in essence, take that omega-3 with this, and it's going to even be better for you physically.
yeah, because you are replacing the old oxidized one, which is not functional. And so it is
Beautiful.
important to have that.
Beautiful.
And it has many other important functions. It also acts as an
Mhm.
antioxidant, anti-inflammation, so that further aids micro daily EMF. So that's why, it is so important for your health for many other functions, not just for the brain. From heart, for example, EPA is very important for your heart function.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, here's a biggie. Here's a biggie. Today, doctors are concerned a lot about finances. And you got so many different cancers out here. I've had people say, well, I have this, and then they got this crazy name that I can't even pronounce. And you said something in one of your presentations that I thought was interesting. Whether you got brain cancer, you have stomach cancer, where you have whatever cancer, you made the statement that cancer is cancer and micronutrients, the micronutrients will create an environment where cancer cells will die all over the body because it's basically being deprived of the glucose and the glutamine, and it's actually causing your immune system to build up to be able to fight these diseases. I want people to understand because a lot of doctors scare people with their type of cancer. And I have quite a few stories of people that were supposed to be gone actually a year ago, and they're still around, but they are very diligent in taking their micronutrients. And in a lot of cases, they've even wound up cancer free. This may happen if you're taking your micronutrients the way you're supposed to. So explain to us why you say cancer is cancer, because people may take it for the stomach, but they don't realize cancer moves to different places because it's trying to live like you live. Explain to us what you mean when you say cancer
Yeah,
is cancer.
doctor thinks like, oh, they are not aware of this new function that glutamine and glucose and cancer has a relation. But the old concept is that antioxidant, only job of antioxidant to kill free radical, destroy free radicals. And when they are
Okay.
doing a chemotherapy and radiation therapy, one of the mechanism of killing normal cell and cancer cell both is by generating free radicals. So if antioxidant protects against free radical, then it will interfere with the disease. So this is their concept. So when they heard the word antioxidant, they don't believe it. They don't believe that high dose antioxidant have a different mechanism than low dose antioxidant.
Right,
And
right.
until I'm now publishing one paper, I've been publishing it and reminding people that this is different mechanism, so you don't have to worry about it. And of course, a lot of people who are using our interim protocol, which means high doses of antioxidant with probiotics, because probiotics, as I said, the intestinal dysbiosis interfere with the treatment of cancer. And not
Okay,
only
I got you.
interferes it, but it also increases their toxicity.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
bad. So you have to have a probiotics with prebiotics for general health. And
So I'm hoping everybody got what you said on this. If you're going through a cancer situation or any type of inflammatory situation, the micro daily, the probiotic, the omega-3
yes,
would be good for that. And of course, I would add on that the Heart Boost. The company made a beautiful, wonderful product with the Heart Boost. And I asked the question, well, why in the world do I have to add Heart Boost to this uh, formula? Well, all of a sudden, someone mentioned to me, they said, well, let me ask you this, Bernard. How does all the fluids get out throughout the body? What pumps it out throughout the body? I said, well, the heart. He
yeah.
said, if there's any challenges going on with the heart, that you design this product to actually address any problem that's connected with the heart to cause it to get stronger and stronger and pump these micronutrients out through the extremities. Now, is that true?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because what happens, we have certain herbs which increases the flow of blood throughout your body. And as you know,
Hmm.
one of the major problem of the heart disease is narrowing the arteries, and then blood flow cannot go, and then they have a stroke and this kind of stuff. So
Wow,
this
wow,
is this
wow.
is this is very very important to know that in heart disease, and of course EPA is also important for heart disease. And we did a clinical study. Do you know Maverick trial in Denver? You know that, right?
Yes,
Yeah, it was a firefighter and as you know, firefighter at increased risk of heart disease. So,
right.
in collaboration with the doctor, with Bronco, and we did the experiment, and we found that microdaily alone, we didn't give any probiotics at that time because it was not
Mm.
developed at that time. So microdaily alone, even the microdaily EMF was not developed at that time. Microdaily alone, original microdaily,
Yeah,
and
your Dr.
it was,
Prasad, excellent information. Excellent
that's
information, brother.
amazing.
Go ahead,
What
finish
happens?
that thought.
In this case, what happens? The control group got a this cholesterol lowering drug, and
Hmm.
and a, and another group got a just no cholesterol, just the micronutrient, micro daily alone, and he was measured in a 6 month and 1 year time, and measured the two parameters. One is the lipid profiles, and another is the plaque formation on the carotid artery. As you know, as you heart disease, they develop gradually. And they
Hmm.
found that at the end of 1 year, they found that micro daily has as good effect on lipid profile as cholesterol lowering drugs, like Lipitor, for example. So he started calling micro daily as a poor man's Lipitor. But one unique thing was that those group who were on a Lipitor, like then they developed a plaque, small, but they were measuring it by ultrasound, and but in a micro daily group, they did not have at all. This was brand new, unique effect of microdaily that was not observed before.
Wow, wow. Dr. Prasad, I think one thing is very important for you to let everyone here know. There's two questions that people are asking. Is one of the things that you highlight with the cancer situation is that you should not take collagen. Now, first of all, collagen is good for the muscle, ligaments, and tendons. It'll make your hair grow crazy, your nails go longer, your skin soft, but you do not take collagen if you have cancer. In about a 1 minute explanation, let them know why.
Yeah, in cancer patient, this is what happens. Normally, what happens without collagen peptides, the immune cell sends a cancer killing, because for immune cell, cancer cell is a foreign cell. So they
Mhm.
send the T cell or cancer killing cells to the site where cancer is growing. So the cancer growth is slowed down. But
Mhm.
if you take a collagen, they block the migration of the cancer cell to the site where the tumor is. So they will be
Right, right,
lost.
right.
And that's why,
But you're looking at people, you're looking at the core four. If you
yeah,
do not have cancer, and everybody, listen to me very carefully on this. People ask me, when you come on Dr. Prasad product, what is the best products to start with if you do not have cancer? You look at on here, you see the micro daily. This EMF, by the way, the red bottle, he has given 4 additional ingredients for anyone undergoing radiation and chemotherapy so that you will have protection while you're going through that. So you'll get a better result if you're going through chemotherapy or radiation with the red bottle. However, the original is good for the other things. Is that correct, Dr.
yes,
Prasad?
except that cancer, collagen is extremely important when you are growing old. What happened when you're growing old? First, I will tell you what is the function of collagen. One of the very important function of collagen, first, collagen, 30% of your total body protein is nothing but collagen. 30%. And that
Wow,
means it
wow.
is present in all organs, heart.
We lose most of it, when we get older.
Yeah, that's amazing. I
Wow,
didn't know
wow.
that 30%, and it is
Hmm.
present in all organs. So,
Right, right.
and what they do, one of the major function of collagen is to maintain the structural and functional integrity of all organs.
Okay, okay.
So when you are growing old, you can see you collagen losing in the skin,
Hmm.
and but you don't see that you are losing also in the brain, heart, every place else. And loss of collagen has been demonstrated in a 60-year-old person, a group of person clinically, that
Hmm.
when they did MRI, they saw certain structure of the brain is deteriorating, and they had a cognitive dysfunction, memory loss. And so
Right.
they did experiment for 90 days that they 5 grams of collagen peptides they gave, and then did the same experiment. Now they found that a structural defect that they had was restored, and memory loss also markedly improved.
Mm.
That shows you definitely how important it is in the brain.
Right.
And also, for example, in ear, there are different types. There are 28 different types of collagen, and each organ has a different types of cancer. For example, in the ear, you get, as you grow older, deafness because you're also losing collagen there. And there are 4 different types of collagen there. Each has some unique function in terms of blood flow, in terms of improving the sensitivity of the ear, and so. And I've published a paper. If you want, I will be glad to send it. But
Well, you know what, Dr. Prasad, you gave us a mouthful there because you're saying our collagen address all those collagens.
yeah,
And here's the beauty behind that, people. I have been asked the question, can you go out and buy some cheaper collagen? Can you go out and buy a cheaper probiotic? Can you go out and buy a cheaper omega 3? Well, the one thing that Dr. Prasad pride himself on is that we are a company that CQF is more important than anything you'll ever name. I mean, that's just, we don't mix and match products. The right combination, the right formulation, the right quantity. And that's the reason why people cannot reverse engineer our product and make anything like it. We got the best products ever. Dr. Prasad, we're going to have you back on here to talk about more products in the future. Um, People, did y'all really enjoy what Dr. Prasad brought to our attention today? Maybe just give a little hands up or a little love thing or whatever, show appreciation. But Dr. Prasad, one thing I wanted to do before today is out, because 2025 was such a success. A company actually progressed to the point that they're now at $1 million per month.
Yep.
Thank you. And you have encouraged us. You said, but before I leave this earth, I want to see my product all over the world. And thanks to the people that's on here, that's actually happened. I just want, and my people on here, I apologize you couldn't go through a long story, but if you want to take 60 seconds to thank Dr. Prasad and just tell them about your customers, just 60 seconds. Dolores, you got the first one. And then put the hand up, the other leaders, if you want to. You know who your leaders are, your legacy. And there's a couple of freedoms. Go ahead, Dolores. Dr. Prasad is listening. Nope. Melvin, this is the leaders that have to do this.
Okay.
Dr. Prasad, good afternoon. And thank you, Bernard, for allowing me the opportunity. I do appreciate your products, your formulation. It's a family affair for me, Dr. Prasad. It has helped my whole family. And we just appreciate it because I don't have any health issues. I'm just growing older, but Micronutrients has helped me to continue to have a optimized immune system so I can continue to share with my family and other friends. So it's just something that's truly appreciated. And as far as being able to accumulate customers, when you find something that really works for you, and then you love people, and you want to share with people because everybody's sick, they just don't know it. So we want to share. I share with persons so they'll be able to have that opportunity if they want to. But your formulation, like Bernard said earlier, I've taken natural products for over 35 years, and I've never taken anything like Macrodeli. So I truly appreciate it so much, Dr. Prasad. Thank you.
Look at that smile on Dr. Prasad's face. That's the reason why I didn't want to leave without hearing from y'all. Thank you so much, Dolores. I'm free to you to have a minute or two.
Okay, Dr. Prasad, after listening to your story, it's just amazing. And I want to thank you for you never gave up, because all those years as you had to walk those halls and people gave you all that opposition, a lot of people would have given up, but you didn't. And I'm so thankful because it's helped me. It's helping my family also, to recover. I'm still in remission with lupus because of this product after only being diagnosed for 8 months. And I'm just forever grateful to you. And you just told me, just keep taking it. And you said it'll go away. And so that's what I've continued to do. And then I hope to be able to share it with even more people in 2026. I want to make this my life work, just like with you. I'm dedicated like you are. And I listen and learn something from you every single time I hear you. So I hope you never go away.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That is so beautiful. And I love your hairdo, by the way. That
Thank
collagen is really working with you.
you. Thanks.
Okay, now we have another leader here, Freedom. Elizabeth Henry. Any freedoms that's on here, click. You're one of them. Any freedom on here. Want to thank Dr. Prasad. This is your opportunity today, the beginning of 2026. Go ahead, Elizabeth. Unmute, please. I think Elizabeth may be having a problem.
Well, One more thing I wanted to mention, that all the products I have developed, it was initiated by Dave Numela, our CEO.
Okay.
And then I did research. He said, have you considered this? Have you considered that? So I have to give him a due credit because I did not think marketing what they need. And so I just want to make sure that all of you know that all the products that I have developed, except
The idea came together.
Micro Daily, initiated by David Numela.
Dave Numela. That is so beautiful. For those of you that are brand new on here, we're going to end it though, Jeff, hold on with you. But for those of you that are brand new on here, we have to say this, is that, in my opinion, customers are the foundation of this whole company. What you need to do is you want to make sure that you get as many people as you can on these products and make sure that you call them up and make sure they're taking it right. If you could do that, you not only will have a successful business, but you'll also become known for supplying people with so many things they need to grow healthy in such an unhealthy world. I don't know, Janet. Janet, are you one of the leaders, or are you just trying to say something before we end it with Jeff?
I'm just trying to say something.
You
On the
have to, you,
15th
you
of
have to
this
admit it, because
month,
this is a leader's call, but we're going to let you
okay.
do it.
Oh, thank you so much. But on the 15th of this month will be 3 years that I've been on this program. I have been considered as an individual, had sepsis. They told my daughter 50-50 chance that I would survive. I just turned 78. We'll be 79 this year, and I'm kicking, and I'm telling everybody about Dr. Prasad, David Numela, and all the people who brought me into this business. Thank you so much for letting me share.
Wow, 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 wow. We had a magnificent call today. Jeff is going to kind of tell us a little bit about, there's been a couple of new products and all. Jeff is our top ambassador with this company. Jeff is taking the lead. I just want to take the opportunity, Jeff, before you say this, to thank Corleen, Beth, Dr. Court, Jonathan, um, all of those Blick that he didn't say anything, but Mike is, ooh, man, these guys are incredible leaders. And what we're hoping is 2026 becomes your time to become one of the legacy leaders with a company that's not going away. This company is going to grow, and this year we're reaching for 2 million a month. Jeff, you want to bring our call to a conclusion? Anything you want to share with us before we say goodbye?
Just quickly, I want to say I'm grateful to have one of the original military micronutrient formulations right here available. In fact, I had it upside down, but anyway, just amazing. This is how it was shared with us so many years ago. And to hear Dr. Prasad today, just to go back to the very beginning and track that all the way through is just amazing. And in fact, 4 days from now, we are celebrating Dr. Prasad's 91st birthday. And Dr. Prasad, I heard that your sister is going to be there to help us all celebrate.
Yeah.
So you heard about the significance of Dr. Prasad's sister right from the very beginning. She had that belief, and we get a chance to meet her. So if there's those of you that can get to San Rafael or San Rafael. Anyway, I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but yeah, on the 8th, 4 days from now, we're going to be celebrating this incredible individual's life, and it would be fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for being here. It's just my pleasure. And just quickly, before I leave, I just want to say, yeah, because of Dr. Prasad, look at all that we have available to us. You can go in and take care of all of the body's needs, because according to Dr. Prasad, all disease stems from a lack of certain micronutrients. So all disease is a result of micronutrient deficiency of some sort or another, and we're all here. And for those of you that just received your energy boost,
Yeah.
are you loving it as much as I do. Oh my goodness. Yes. It was hard for
We're,
me.
we're, we're going to bring Dr. Prasad back on to talk about some other products in the future. If you enjoyed this, please let it be known, because Dr. Prasad, you didn't have to do this. I love you so much, my brother. And thank you so much for coming on. And I look forward to your future programs. I believe it's going to be even better. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
By the way,
you.
Jonathan's
And
team, I think they're going to have a meeting at 6:15. For those of you that love to learn more about these products, Dr. Russell Court will be on this week. What day is that, Jeff?
Tuesday they're going to be
He'll
on
be on
tomorrow.
Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and it's on the company calendar. So there again, if you have any challenges with that, get back with the one that invited you to this call, and let's take this company to the top, because they truly deserve it. Everybody unmute and say goodbye to Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Dr.
Prasad.
Thank you, Dr.
Prasad.
Prasad.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.